You already know what you should be doing. You should be working out. You should be reading more, getting enough sleep, eating better, meditating, journaling, learning a new skill, spending quality time with people you love, and somehow also doing your actual job. You know what all of that takes? Time. So you pick one or two things, try to keep up for a week, burn out, and end up right back where you started, scrolling at midnight, telling yourself, tomorrow I'll get it together. Here's the thing. The problem isn't your discipline. It's not that you need to wake up at 4 a.m. and suffer your way through a 6-hour morning routine. The problem is that nobody ever taught you how time actually works. And once I show you, a lot of things are going to click. Let's start with an honest question. How much of your day do you actually choose? Most people, if they really track it, spend 60 to 70% of their waking hours on autopilot, reacting to notifications, scrolling without purpose, doing things out of habit rather than intention. That's not a moral failure. That's just what an undesigned life looks like. Here's the real reason you feel like you have no time. You're not actually managing time. You're managing attention. And your attention is being stolen constantly by your phone, by other people's urgency, by that low-grade background anxiety that makes it hard to sit down and do the thing you actually care about. Time is fixed. Everyone gets 24 hours, but attention? That's the renewable resource you've been leaving on the table. The second thing that's killing you is something I call the to-do list trap. You have 30 things on your list, you knock out 8 of them, and somehow you feel behind. That's because a list with no priority is just a collection of stress written down. So before we talk about squeezing more in, we need to talk about something counterintuitive, doing less on purpose. I want you to try something. It takes about 10 minutes and it will change how you see your week. Write down everything you want to be doing regularly. Exercise, creative projects, relationships, learning, all of it. Don't filter yourself. Now, next to each one, write down one word, core or extra. Core things are the ones that, if you skip them consistently, your life actually gets worse. Your health declines. A relationship drifts. Your mental health suffers. These are non-negotiable. Extra things matter, but they're additive. They make life richer, not sustainable. Most people treat everything on their list like it's equally urgent. That's why nothing gets done well. Here's the shift. Protect your core things like appointments you can't cancel. Schedule them first, not after everything else. First, the stuff in your calendar gets done. The stuff on a vague to-do list gets deferred. That's just human nature. Use it in your favor. Okay, so now you know what actually matters. Now let's talk about where you're going to find the time. There are 3 real levers here. Lever 1, eliminate the invisible time drains. Pull up your phone's screen time right now. Not to judge yourself, just to see. Most people are shocked. An hour a day, 2 hours, 3. I'm not saying delete everything, but here's the honest math. 1 hour a day is 365 hours a year. That's 9 full 40-hour work weeks. That's enough time to learn a language, write a book, get in incredible shape, or build something from scratch. You don't need more time. You need to stop hemorrhaging the time you already have. Pick one thing you currently do passively, one app, one habit, one way you zone out, and replace it with something from your core list. Just one. That's it. Lever 2, stack and compress. Not everything needs its own dedicated block of time. Your commute, your workout, your cooking. These are containers that can hold other things. Audiobooks while you drive. Phone calls with people you love while you walk. Thinking through problems on a run instead of at a desk. This isn't about becoming a productivity robot. It's about recognizing that life doesn't have to be segmented into neat little boxes. Some of your best conversations will happen while doing something else. Some of your best thinking, too. Lever 3. Design your week on Sunday. This one sounds boring. It's not. Sunday evening, 15 minutes. Open your calendar. Look at what's coming. Then deliberately place your core habits somewhere in the week, like you're scheduling meetings with yourself. Tuesday morning, 30 minutes of movement. Thursday lunch, call a friend. Every weekday, 20 minutes of reading before bed. When you design your week in advance, you stop living in reaction mode. You show up to Monday with a plan, not a prayer. Here's the thing people don't want to hear. You will never have time for everything. Nobody does. The people you admire, the ones who seem like they do it all, they're not superhuman. They're just ruthlessly intentional about what they say yes to. Every yes is a no to something else. That's not sad. That's just the deal. The goal isn't a perfect life with zero trade-offs. The goal is a life where the right things are getting your time and attention most of the time. And here's what I've found. When you start treating your time like it's actually valuable, something weird happens. You stop feeling behind. Not because you're doing more, but because what you're doing lines up with what you actually care about. That feeling of always being behind, that's the gap between your values and how you spend your hours. Close that gap, and the anxiety starts to dissolve. Progress in the right direction. Even slow progress feels completely different from running fast in the wrong one. Just intention applied to what already exists in your life. If this helped you, drop a comment and tell me, what's the one thing you're going to protect time for this week? I read every comment, and I genuinely want to know. Like the video if it was useful. Subscribe if you want more of this, and I'll see you in the next one.